This is the first in our video tutorial series. This video is to show you the functions of how to use the app. First, I want to highlight the question mark that describes the functions and the icons in this app. When I tap on the question mark in the top right-hand corner, it shows the support menu. For today, we are only going to look at the first two. The first page describes the icons and their functions, and the second page describes the interactive abilities. Now, let's look at the icons individually. The house icon saves your board and takes you back to your main board. To access your board again, you just tap on the board and it will open up. I'm going to clear this board for the purpose of this video. By tapping on this brush, I will clear everything on my board. This needs to be used with caution as you will clear everything off your board. Okay, now the next icon is the share icon. This will enable you to airdrop your board or message your board or share your board via email. Tapping the Save Image icon will save your board directly to your photos. The Print icon will bring up the print menu to select your printer. Note that this works only with AirPrinter. Touch the print and it will send this board to your printer. The next is your image catalog. There are two ways to select an image. First, by touching on a category, or in this case, categories, and then touch on the image that you want to select. Note that at the bottom, you will see a blue dot. This is always an indicator of how many pages there are in that category. In this case, we only have one page and we can only scroll up and down. Touch on the image that you want to select. You will see your image will show up on your board. If you want to continue to add images, keep on looking and adding more images by touching on the pictures you want. I'm going to go into another category. This time I'm going to go into cooking. Note again the blue dots at the bottom. This time there are three showing us that there are 3 pages in this category. You can now scroll up and down and as well left and right. Now I can select any of these images. And once I'm done, I'm going to tap off or outside of the image pop-up menu. Just a note, this works the same with all pop-up menus. Once you touch it outside the menu, it will deselect the pop-up menu. The second way of searching is by going back into your iESLp image catalog. And then I'm going to tap on the magnifying glass to the right of the screen. This will bring up a search engine. I'm going to type in my word that I'm looking for. And once I'm done, I'm going to touch the magnifying glass. And this will bring up the pictures in that selection. I can scroll down and I can select as many pictures as I want. I'm just going to pick one picture. Now, just on a side note, you can see there's a keyboard icon with an arrow pointing down. Once I touch on that, it will collapse your keyboard. And now you can see the pictures I just added placed on the board. But once I touch back in the search bar, my keyboard will pop back up. Touch the X to clear your word and type in the next word. Okay, now that I'm done, I'm going to tap on the red X, and this will close out my search engine. Now you can see all your pictures are stacked up on the board. First, once I touch on an image, I can move it around, and you can see that all the images are layered below it. When you pinch an image with 2 fingers, you can make it smaller or bigger. I'm going to make all of these images smaller. Once you touch and hold on the image option bar will pop up. This is where I can manipulate the image in different ways. Let's look at the first one. This is to duplicate the selected image. The image size will be duplicated exactly. You can duplicate as many images as you want by simply touching the button as many times as you need. I'm going to make 3. 1, 2, 3. The duplicate image will be placed in the middle of your page. Note that it doesn't look as if anything happened. I just duplicated one image. But once I move them, you'll see that these images are all stacked up on top of each other. For the purpose of showing you the next option, I'm going to pick a grid from my grids and boards. Once I tap on this board, you will see my layering option showing me the black square indicating whether this board was placed in the front of all the graphics or if the board is in the back of all the graphics. Once I tap the icon with a black square in the back of the green, you'll see it will send my board all the way to the back of all of the images. If I tap where the black square is in front of the green square, it will bring back my board in front of all the pictures. Now there is another way to layer your pictures more exactly by using our layering manager. But we will discuss this in detail in another video. The next up is our recording feature. Note that once you tap on the recording icon, the graphic of the picture that you tapped on will appear next to your recording button. We're going to tap on the red recording button to record our voice. Once you're done, simply tap on the black square to stop the recording. Candy. Now I can tap on the play button, Candy, to listen to my recording and decide whether I like it or not. Once I'm done, I tap on the red X to close out the recording pop-up menu. There is another way to record onto your pictures. First, I'm going to tap outside of the image pop-up menu to get it to drop down. And then I'm going to double tap on the picture that I want to record. That will bring up my recording menu again. This time I'm going to show you a different way to exit the recording pop-up menu. I'm going to record my message, and then I'm going to immediately tap on the red X to exit my pop-up menu. I use this when I want to quickly record onto many pictures. I'm going to show you a few just to see how effectively this works. Clean the table. Cook a meal. Empty the sink. Wash your dishes. Now we can simply tap once on the picture to play back our recording. Clean the table. Cook a meal. Just a note, if you don't stop your recording, it will continue to record a whole conversation. This could be useful if you want to assess a student's retelling or if you want to record a conversation. To record over a previous recording, just simply double tap on the picture and re-record the message. Clean the table. I'm going to double tap. Great job cleaning the table. Great job cleaning the table. Right on. So, now, the next button up is the lock button. This is one of my favorite buttons. This will lock a picture or a board in place. Like you see, my grid is movable right now, and this can be very annoying. So, let's tap and hold on this. I'm going to lock my grid, and now it's stuck in place. Please note that the lock button does not stop you from deleting the image. If you want to see which boards are locked or lock multiple pictures into place, we're going to head up to the Layer Manager again. And you can see that my background picture is locked, but that my other pictures are unlocked. I can quickly lock them into place by touching the locks one at a time. Now you can see, once I touch on them, that they are locked into place. Now this can also be used the reversed way when you need to unlock a bunch of pictures. So I'm going to unlock these pictures again. And now they're going to be movable again. Just another note, if you picked a transparent item, I'm just going to delete my background. Now, if you pick a transparent object, like this circle, and you lock it, it will remove your access to the picture behind it. So, the only way to actually get access to it again is either to send my circle to the back, where now it's locked into the background. This can also be a problem sometimes when we look at an object like this. So if I put the candies behind my jar and I lock my jar, you can see those candies are locked behind the jar, even though I can see them. Now, in order to show you how this works, I'm going to head up to our crop button here. Now, once you look at this jar, you'll see outside of the jar, there's a big black open space. Now, even though we can't see it, it still acts as part of the picture. In order to get rid of this, you can crop out the black empty space, and now you can see my picture is movable again. Next up is flipping a picture. This can come in very handy when you need a picture to be faced a specific way, like this one. Simply tapping on the flip button, you can flip the picture around, and tapping it again, it will flip it back to its original way. Next up is the shadow effect. This I use to make a picture or a background to pop. By tapping it again, it will revert back to its original. I love the opacity icon. By changing the opacity of an object, You can either create a different type of matching, like here, or one of my favorite things to do is by showing how things can be inside another object. I'm going to change the opacity of this jar. First, I'm going to make sure that it is in front of all my objects. Now, I'm going to place these candies inside it. This is always a fun way for the kids to play around with prepositions. Next up is our crop button. We've already discussed it above, but I'm going to show you how I use the crop to pick out detail out of a photo. We will go into the photos in a later video. I'm going to pick one of my photos, and this time I'm going to touch and hold it again, pick my crop button. I resize the yellow lines to the size I want it, and then I touch the white crop icon. Now you can see it will place the picture into my page as the size that I picked. I'm going to do it again just to show you that if I touch the red X button, even though I have resized the yellow lines to crop my object, it will keep the picture as we placed it on our board. Last up is our garbage can. This will delete the image that you have selected only. Caution, there is no undo button yet, and this action is final. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope that you have found this beneficial in supporting you in having fun with iESLp. Please watch the rest of the videos in this series to support all the functions available in iESLp.